important to us to continue to get youth voice out to folks that don't always have an opportunity to hear it. And it was interesting listening to the introduction, just thinking about how often we talk about students and student voice without students at the table. So for me, just what I carry with me as an educator, my belief is that if it's about the students need to be in the room and part of the conversation. So I started Blackbox, thank you. I started Blackbox in 2008, hired by Carol Markham Cousins, who I'm so grateful to see you here right now, started the journey with you. And I first learned about Blackbox work through my mentor, Jan Mandel, who is over at St. Paul Central. So I remember seeing her students for the first time in 2004 and seeing them creating original work about their lives. And that was the moment I realized what my path was and what I wanted to do. So preparing for tonight, I realized that this wasn't a story that only I could tell. So my students are joining us here tonight. This is juniors and seniors from the current Theater 3 class. And we also have an alumni team here tonight to share how they have continued to carry Blackbox with them throughout the years. So thank you again. We are going to start the students off with the Blackbox tradition, which is a 3-2-1 action. So we'll call out a 3-2-1 action for them. And 3, 2, 1, action!
Blackbox is creating safe space, using our voice, opening our eyes
to other people's
experiences,
race,
sexuality,
ethnicity,
gender.
In this class, we create theater based on experiences
that impact
us. In this class, we studied and created a scene about Marsha P. Johnson and the Stonewall riots. It was the shot glass heard around the world.
Standing up for women,
racial profile.
You fit the description.
being mixed race. I may be a third of this and a third of that, but I'm not a third of a person.
This class teaches me
We support communities of people that face injustice.
How to be myself.
how to express
Who we really are.
Anger,
Frustration.
At the world.
lots of energy,
What's wrong with them?
loves to move. Why can't you stand still?
sensitive.
Needing a safe space to express my emotions.
In this class, we practice activities like the trust walk. We can be calm, self-regulated.
And activities like the shakedown.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Help me get my energy out.
It helps me stay focused. And brings me joy.
I enjoy writing about my experiences for
Myself,
And for others. When I enter the black box, Miss Sprigg is never the only adult there. Ashanti, Ishay, Savannah, and Joe Davis. Irreducible Grace. Seeing the community of people outside of Washburn who do this work gives me perspective. It reminds me why I do this. It's more than just a grade or a credit. I do this to heal myself, and I do this to give others the space they need.
Blackbox is a voice for the voiceless, which is a quote that is posted in our classroom. A voice that's not just for me, but for you. A voice that will always be heard no matter what the story is. Since the day I first walked in, I will always and forever have a voice and never be voiceless. Alright, so like Ms. Briggs said, we are T3. We are going to show a little snippet of our play. It's actually about me that happened a couple months ago, which is based on racial profiling. So like we did in the beginning, to get us, actors ready, can we please have a 3, 2, 1 action?
3, 2, 1, action!
Oh my gosh, I just hate being a senior. I have to talk to my counselor, fill out my FAFSA. I gotta get my little sisters from school. Now it's time for me to go to work at the mall. Jeez.
Stop.
What's in the bag? You fit the description.
What's in my bag? I fit the description.
Long hair.
Light skin.
You fit the description. Of course I fit the description.
Because I'm black.
people of color.
Always under attack. Not this again.
I know how this is going to end.
Whether age 89 or 10, they always seem to blame it on black women and men.
Every time I am judged because of my skin color, I feel
My heart pounds.
my chest get tight,
I feel my palms sweat.
my stomach drops.
Like the world is against me.
I feel
Trapped!
They stopped me. They grabbed me. They cuffed me. It wasn't even me who they were looking for.
It wasn't even her!
At that moment, I felt like I hated white people. It's just not that we hate white people. We just want you guys to understand how hard it is for us to live in a world that's always been against us, just for breathing and living, but we just want equality. We want to be looked at and treated how you guys are, with second chances, with dignity and respect. But instead, we get looked at like we're nothing.
Nevaeh, where were you? I had to do the mannequins all by myself.
Okay, pause. So see here, as an African American, Asian, multiracial woman, I have to make a decision. Is she going to put me in a box, or is she going to give me some response like,
Oh, did that really happen? I'm so glad I don't have to worry about things like that.
or
Oh, one time they looked at me weird too.
so I just say, I'm sorry, let me go take care of that for you.
Space, something I don't get enough of. Wishing I had some of. A voice, to be heard, to feel heard, for someone to understand. This skin, the history within, my body in this world, being a black body in this world, in this country. The burden of 400 years of slavery lays heavy on our shoulders. Systematic oppression be heavy on our shoulders, and this doesn't end for us. This don't end for us. Walking into white schools, white classes with white teachers, wondering why I'm here. I don't belong here. Nobody that looks like me. As they stare, as they whisper, nobody that looks like me. Sitting here with my hands clasped tightly, biting my tongue, hoping he don't call on me, because I know they think I'm dumb. I know they think I'm slow, stupid, don't care, ghetto, incompetent, incapable, unable, just another statistic. And he don't call on me. I want to tell them. I want to tell them that I'm smart, just scared. I want to tell them that I'm not always angry. I want to tell them that slavery wasn't just something that happened to happen. I want to tell them that just because I'm black don't mean I speak for all of us. I want to tell them that I didn't grow up in the hood. I want to tell them that my culture isn't a costume. I want to tell them that I love reading and writing, that I'm passionate about bettering our food system. I want to tell them that I love anime, mangoes, and sushi. I want to tell them that my dream is to become an astronaut. I want to tell them that theater is where I put all this. Black box is where I say all this. My sacred space. Where I'm allowed to be angry. Where I'm allowed to be joyful. Where my skin doesn't define me but is a part of me. Where we dance. Where we snap. Where we laugh. Where we cry. Where we scream. where connectivity, poetry, art, dance, innovation, education meets, where I can truly be me. Not bits and parts, my whole authentic self. This is where my people be. This is where we all be.
My whole life I grew up in what came to be the worst part of the city, the hood. My parents couldn't afford a nice house, so the environment I grew up in was where my mindset was. I was a troubled kid. I never knew the in and outs as a teenager. I tried fitting in with crowds at school, being someone that I'm not. Trying to find where I belong in this world as a black young man. I was kicked out and was switched from a level 2 to a level 4 setting. What I mean is that there's different levels of school. 5 being the worst, 2 just being a normal public school. I used to always get checked and patted down every morning before I could step in the building. And I was only in middle school. In my opinion, I feel like a kid shouldn't go through that. Fights going down every day's code red, every day someone being threatened, every day it's something new. Knowing that I was in that position as a kid, that sucks carrying that negativity. So I had to make a change for myself. So eventually, it took some time and I worked my way out of that environment. At the beginning of my freshman year, I joined Blackbox Theatre. This class made me change my perspective on life. It made me listen, understand, and have me realize that I'm not the only person that has a struggle. Also, this class gave me the ability to read, just knowing when to act or fall back, or knowing when someone's real or not. This class taught me a lot. Honestly, it made me who I am today. It brought talent that I didn't know I had out. This class broke down a wall that needed to be broken. My vision is that I want people to see what I see in myself. I evolved from how I was as a kid to a young adult, and it's all because of an amazing teacher that heard me.
Before Blackbox, I was shy and quiet. Couldn't stand up for someone, let alone myself. Dealing with an identity crisis as soon as I walked into high school. Questioning my beauty, strength, and smarts. 3 things I was reminded by my mom since the first day of kindergarten, wiped away in seconds. I was scared to learn the truth. I just accept what was on the surface. I was closed-minded, ignorant. So closed-minded I closed up the fact I wasn't feeling good 5 out of 7 days of the week.
Got this.
That I'd been coping with anxiety and depression before I even knew what it was or that I had it. That I was mentally in danger. Several months later, from my last year with Blackbox, I'm still shy and quiet. But I will speak out and advocate and be heard when I want to. I will correct disrespect. Disrespect of someone's race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, their identity. I still have issues with my identity, but I now can say I'm strong, smart, and beautiful and believe it again. I can write, research, speak on my blackness and not hesitate. That I can share my work on my identity and not cover my hands over it. Scared that they will feel some type of way when I've been feeling some type of way my entire life. I'm now going to be my first semester of college, and because of Blackbox, it is a reminder what a huge gift it is. Joining a new community and not afraid to communicate to someone who doesn't look like me. Not afraid of what they'll think of me. I am now working at a middle school, directing my first play. Using the skills that I learned in Blackbox to direct this play. With middle schoolers who are just like me, having catastrophes, daily hassles, and significant life changes, and some not having a space to release, help, and heal those stressors yet, like Blackbox helped me. I can't tell you what I'm going to be for my future, but I know whatever it is, it will have a safe space like Blackbox, so that the people who walk in can be them, and not have to hide their truth, to know that I will give them their existence, that they'll never be dress-coded or have to code switch with me, like Blackbox was for me. Woo.
I was told today that I have the its to be a very good, successful, independent writer. I was told today that I just need to mix the its with the hard work. I was told today, May 24th, 2016, that I have what it takes. I was told today to never forget it. This was a note I wrote in my phone just weeks before I graduated from high school. Those are words that were said to me by someone who saw me. I was in the black box having a conversation with Lee, an intern in the space who gave energy and support to all students and Crystal Spring in ways that make the black box function. He was the person who showed me that my inner light was in my possession, just by showing up and hearing me. Every young student needs a Lee in their life. There are several guest artists, alumni, or other individuals who believe in this program that continue to show up and listen to the things that the young people in this program have to say. What these people entering the space are saying is, I see you, I hear you, I'm paying attention to you, and keep going. Before the black box, I didn't have words for how to describe the things I had experienced by the age of 14. Things like house foreclosures, being raised by a single parent with 3 siblings, watching and experiencing verbal abuse, and dealing with these negative thoughts and emotions, which I later learned was anxiety. When I entered the black box in my freshman year of high school, I not only was able to tell my story, but also hear the stories of other students in the class. Stories like gun violence, the challenges of coming to America, sexual violence, and systematic barriers in the school systems for students of color. While all of us who shared these stories came from different walks of life, we all had something in common. We all have this outlet as young people to express, process, and learn about our own experiences, to be vulnerable and empathetic in a space where we maybe would never be friends with our classmates if it weren't for the black box. To use art as a healing outlet when we couldn't figure out how to heal anywhere else. Through our healing, we created and continue to create social change by overcoming systemic barriers and cycles. By my senior year, I was able to work through and process a family relationship by writing and performing a scene about this experience. It took over 3 years of being in the black box to finally share a deep and personal part of my story, and I'm so happy for myself. This space taught me that there are ways to actually deal with your pain and trauma instead of letting it sit and dwell inside of you. It is because of this program I was able to intern and continue to work with Crystal to show up for students just as we did with me. It is because of this program I am graduating with a social justice degree this spring from my university. It is because of this program I have and can overcome the challenges that enter my life by practicing healing in ways that aren't self-deprecating. And it is because of this program I still have hope. Let me speak so I don't continue to choke on my tongue. One day I'll tell you all about my silence. One day I'll teach you to write as warm as your blood and as strong as your story. Let today be that day.
Before this class, I was lost, merely floating around, bobbing at the surface, no direction. At 13, dealing with rejection of my mother. At 13, dealing with rejection of my mother. In 9th grade, I went into the building knowing 3 other kids, and while I had no problem fitting in, I had no sense of belonging. I was hurt. I was angry. Lost. Walking in the theater for the first day, I could care less about school, much less a class. The black box, that space was something special. And there I was no longer just a student, no longer just a name on an attendance sheet, just a letter on a grade book. And there I was a voice, a creator, a director, an artist, a voice that demanded to be heard, a voice that was embraced. I found my motivation. My classmates, my brothers, my sisters, my family, my friends. I was no longer lost. I found my home.
This is my vision.
This is my healing. This is my life.
For the rest of your life.